sounds good now. So let me try going back in. Do you have another quarter or no?
Yeah. It's a little high here.
Notice he didn't stop me at all. You got out of the way nicely. I didn't see you here. These phones.
Well, no sound.
It's coming from that though.
Double XL. Down to here. Yeah. Oh, I should have done that. Oh my God.
I'm sure Kelly's got it. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to our Memorial Day service. Unfortunately, being inside rather than outside, but God had other plans for our weather, so it is what it is. Memorial Day is an American holiday, observed on the last day of May, honoring the men and women who died while serving in the United States military. Originally known as Decoration Day, it originated in the years following the Civil War and became an official federal holiday in 1971. Many Americans observe Memorial Day by visiting cemeteries or memorials, holding family gatherings, and participating in parades. However, there are other words that I would use for Memorial Day. Words like God, family, country, courage, sacrifice. This is the reason we gather today. This is the symbol of our great nation forever. I'd now ask for the presentation of our colors.
Hold.
As we remain standing, our flag salute, if you will. Ready? Salute. Begin.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
You may be seated. I would now like to invite Kevin McCracken, our chaplain of the Waco Fire Department.
It is an amazing, singular experience to be aware of those in need, those that are important to our lives. Lord, it is my honor to say this prayer to you. Be strong and take heart, all you who hope in the Lord. Trust in the Lord in all your ways. Submit to him, and he will make your pathways straight. Do not fear, for God is with us. Do not look about with no hope for having issues. I keep my eyes always on the Lord. It is wise to have faith in our Savior. It is important to trust in God. He is most merciful to all who believe. It is our honor to recognize those servicemen and women, for those that have walked the mile and understand the same problems that we have. May all our emergency services, fire, police, and EMS be protected by the hand of God. For God, please watch over our country and protect us. Do not fear, for God is with us. Do not look about with no hope. Our loving God provides relief to all who seek his face. Do not fear, for God is with us, and he looks and finds all those who honestly seek after him. If I keep my eyes always on the Lord, he is with us and is faithful and is a caring Savior.
Thank you, Kevin. Before we go on with our service, I would invite you, if you wish, to remain uncovered because we're indoors for the remainder of the service, and we can put them on toward the end. At this time, I would like to introduce guests that are with us this morning. Our Mayor, Peter Malchione. Our Fire Commissioner, Tim Shanley. Commissioner Rudy Boonstra. Commissioner Tom Madigan, and Commissioner Roger Lane. Thank you for being here, gentlemen, with us. I'd also like to introduce our police chief, Dave Murphy, Lieutenant Kevin Kasak, and Police Officer Michael Scalise. Thank you also, gentlemen, for being with us this morning. At this time, I'm going to ask for Tim Shanley. Going to come up and say a few words, Tim?
No, it's not going to be long. I wasn't expecting to speak, but I will. Thank you for coming out for Memorial Day to celebrate all the fallen heroes that fought for our freedom. It's important to do that every year, and every generation has to continue to do that to make sure that freedom flourishes, and it's flourishing now. So we have to keep doing this and keep, honoring those who gave their life to protect our freedom. Thank you.
Thanks, Tim. Our fire chief, Joseph Vanderplat, is going to come forward and give us a few remarks.
Good morning, everyone. I'd like to express my heartfelt gratitude for you taking the time to be here with us on this Memorial Day. I especially want to acknowledge and thank those of you who have served in the United States Armed Forces. To those who have lost family, friends, and loved ones, please accept our deepest condolences. Memorial Day is a time to remember the brave men and women who have served our country with unwavering courage and commitment. They represent the tremendous character and selflessness that defines our armed forces. Their willingness to risk their lives for a cause greater than themselves is a testament that will never be forgotten. Millions of individuals from diverse backgrounds have answered the call to serve in the U.S. military. Though their stories may differ, they stand united in their devotion to our nation. Tragically, some of these courageous, selfless heroes never returned home, and we honor their memory today. As General George S. Patton once said, "It is foolish and wrong to mourn the men who have died. Rather, we should thank God that such men have lived." In this solemn occasion, let us remember their legacy and be grateful for the immense sacrifices they have made. Thank you, and God bless.
Thank you, Chief. Next, I'm going to invite our Chief of Police, Dave Murphy, to come up. However, as I was introducing before, I neglected to introduce the captain of our Wyckoff Volunteer Ambulance Corps, Allison Danson, and all of the Ambulance Corps folk that are with us here this morning. And we appreciate the effort that they make every time that electron goes off and we hear them going to the Christian Healthcare Center or wherever. But the Ambulance Corps does a great job for us. Thank you very much. At this time, I'm going to invite Chief David Murphy.
Good morning, everyone. Freedom is not free. This statement holds true for the sacrifices that our nation's heroes made to ensure that we enjoy the freedoms we have today. On this Memorial Day, let us pause and reflect on the valor of our brave service members who paid the ultimate price to defend our country and the ideals we hold dear. Memorial Day is more than just a long weekend or a day off of work. It's a time to remember, honor, and celebrate the lives and legacies of the great men and women who gave their lives in service to our country. Today we'll explore the importance of Memorial Day, honoring the fallen, and hopefully inspiring the living to live their lives with purpose and meaning. As we look at the importance of Memorial Day matters for many reasons. For the families and friends of the fallen heroes, it's a day to remember their loved ones and honor their sacrifice. It's a day to find comfort and support in the company of others who understand their pain and grief. For the nation as a whole, Memorial Day is a reminder of the high price of freedom and the values and ideals that our service members fought and died for. One of the key values that Memorial Day represents is sacrifice. Our fallen heroes gave their lives for a greater cause than themselves. They put their duty to country and their fellow citizens above their own personal interests and desires. Their sacrifices remind us that the freedom is never free and that we must be willing to defend it at all costs. Another value that Memorial Day embodies is courage. Our fallen heroes demonstrated incredible bravery and fortitude in the face of danger and adversity. They faced unimaginable challenges and hardships, often in the most difficult and dangerous circumstances. Their courage should inspire us to overcome our own fears and challenges and to strive for greatness. Patriotism is also an essential value of Memorial Day. Our fallen heroes loved their country deeply and were willing to give everything to protect it. They embodied the best of America, its diversity, its resilience, and its spirit of innovation and progress. Their patriotism reminds us that we all are part of something bigger than ourselves and that we all have a responsibility to contribute to our nation's success. Memorial Day represents unity. It's a day when Americans from all walks of life come together to honor the fallen and pay tribute to their sacrifice. It's a day when we set aside our differences and celebrate the things that unite us, our shared history, our common values, and our shared commitment to freedom and democracy. It's a day to recommit ourselves to the principles that make our nation great. When we honor the brave on this Memorial Day, we have the opportunity to honor the brave men and women who gave their lives for our country. There are many ways to do this, and each one is meaningful and important. One way to honor the fallen is to visit cemeteries and pay our respects to those who made the ultimate sacrifice by placing flowers, flags, or other symbols of remembrance at their graves. We show that we have not forgotten their service and sacrifice. This is a powerful way to connect with the past and acknowledge the debt of gratitude that we owe those who came before us. Another way to honor the fallen is to attend parades, ceremonies, or other public events that commemorate Memorial Day. These events provide an opportunity to come together as a community and to show our support for our troops and their families. They also serve as a reminder of the values and ideals that our heroes fought and died for, such as freedom, justice, and equality. Make it a point to talk with veterans, ask them about their friends that they lost in the war. Is a meaningful way to honor the brave. It expresses our gratitude and appreciation for their service, while showing that we care about their sacrifices that their friends have made to keep this country free. These conversations can also provide a source of comfort and inspiration to veterans who may be still struggling with the physical, emotional, or psychological toll of their wartime service. Honoring the land wreaths and memorials and monuments is a powerful way to pay tribute to the fallen and show respect for their sacrifice. These acts of remembrance not only honor the brave, but also inspire and uplift the living by reminding us of noble causes and aspirations that our heroes fought for. They remind us that we all are part of something bigger than ourselves and that we all have a responsibility to uphold the values and ideals that make our country great. Let us never forget their service and sacrifice, and let us always strive to live up to the ideals that they so valiantly defended. When we inspire the living, Memorial Day is a time to honor the brave men and women who gave their life for the country. It can also serve as a source of inspiration and motivation. By reflecting on the sacrifices and value of our fallen heroes, we can gain a renewed sense of purpose and meaning in our own lives. One way that Memorial Day can inspire the living is by reminding us of the importance of service and sacrifice. Veterans and their families have shown us that even in the face of great adversity and loss, it is possible to turn grief into a positive action. Many veterans have started charities, mentored youth, or advocated for social justice to honor the memory of their fallen comrades and to make a positive impact on their communities. We can also honor their legacy by living our own lives with purpose and meaning. Through acts of service, leadership, and courage, we can honor the memory of those who have gone before us and make a positive impact on our own community and beyond. Let us never forget the sacrifices of our brave men and women, and let us always strive to live up to the example of service and sacrifice. In conclusion, let us remember that Memorial Day is not just a day off from work or a chance to have a barbecue. It is a solemn occasion to pay tribute to those who made the ultimate sacrifice for our country, and to honor their legacy by living our own lives with purpose and meaning. So I urge you all to take action this Memorial Day and beyond by honoring the brave and inspiring the living, whether it's visiting the cemetery, laying the wreath, attending the parade, volunteering at a veterans organization, or sharing your own story of service and sacrifice. Let us all do our part to honor the memory of our fallen heroes and to make a positive impact in our communities. Thank you, and God bless you.
Thank you, Chief. At this time, I'm going to ask you to stand. Those of you who are sitting, and we're going to sing a national anthem. It's become a tradition in our department that we remember the firefighters that have gone on before us. From company number 1, John W. Meyer. From company number 2, Donald W. Lang. Richard Marchand Sr. From company number 3, Norman Toronto Jr. and Fred Mazzilli. I normally have a little poem, or I read something, or I find something to share with you. However, this year, we lost, as I mentioned, one of our own firefighters, Fred Mazzilli, from company number 3. Fred was born on September 8th, 1929, and he passed away on April 19th, 2024, just 6 weeks ago or so. And until I went to Mass at St. Elizabeth's for Fred, I don't know if there are many of us in this room that know that Fred was a poet. And some of you have heard this poem, but this poem inspired me And so I'm going to share it with you this morning. And as we spoke of earlier in the program, we spoke of words: God, family, country, courage, sacrifice. Fred wrote about words. The name of this poem, Words. Words. What do they mean? A dynamic force, yet unseen. 'Tis true that they blind the sight and make us forget wrong from right. 'Tis also true that they pierce the heart to bring people together or to drive them apart. Words can be written or they can be said. That is, they can be heard or they can be read. One said they cannot be erased, for they travel with a speed that can't be traced. The written word can be changed again and again, but the spoken word goes beyond the pen. Yet words are written at a certain cost, for in writing some of the feeling is lost. Of course, writing can convey thought, but sometimes more than that is sought. Like the feelings and expressions that are on the mind. But to this, the written word is blind. Yet, at times, it is much better to write and be able to correct while the word is in sight. But if also the emotion you must convey, then it's best to speak what you want to say. But whenever you speak, take a real slow pace. And just remember, you cannot erase. These are the words of Fred Mazzilli. May he rest in peace. We're going to have the presentation of our wreaths. And I'm just going to make mention of, as I read off the names of those who are going to bring their wreaths, we're going to begin at the far end, out by the by 234, right by the bumper there. And we're going to place them around the front like we normally would. So I'm going to ask now for the Township of Wyckoff. Wyckoff Fire Department. Wyckoff Police Department. Wyckoff PBA Local 261. The Wyckoff Exempt Association. The Wyckoff Relief Association. The Wyckoff Fire Department Ladies Auxiliary. And the Wyckoff Masonic Lodge 287 F and AM. Together as we stand, traditionally we would all hold hands as we sing God Bless America.
Scripture says, do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. You can do all things possible in you. It is well with my soul. In the Savior's name, amen.
Thank you, everyone, for being here this morning. I know it was early at 8:30, but I'm glad that everyone was able to be here with us for this Memorial Day service 2024. Thank you.